using bird mode versus animal mode for subject tracking for birds. Animal tracking seemed to work better for birds. So let's go hit the beach and see what happens. Bird mode, not giving me the eye. Animal mode gives me eye, no problem. Animal mode, we're getting the eye, no problem. Let's switch over to bird. I mean, it's not even giving me the head. And I have to say, guys, a gull is about as bird-shaped of a bird as you can get. In bird mode, can't get them. Switch over to animal. Look at that, like instantly. But let's just switch to animal and see what happens here. It's definitely tracking better. All right, we got a flycatcher right here. We're in animal mode. You can see we're getting head and eye. Let's switch over to bird, and there's the butt. Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to address a previous video I've done all about the Nikon Z cameras and their autofocus, specifically using bird mode versus animal mode for subject tracking for birds. And so if you've seen the video I've done before, I kind of showed there that animal tracking seemed to work better for birds. So I got a lot of feedback from that video. And one of the things was I wasn't using the most recent firmware version, so I'll give you that. Also, some people were pointing out I was photographing wading birds, which have a longer neck and a little bit of a different shape, so they weren't the most birdie of bird shapes. So those were the two biggest things. The other things I got were I should try using wide area large, so a box that would narrow it down, and even wide area small. Some even suggesting that I use the auto area where the camera just picks everything. So I plan on addressing all those things today in another video. We're running the latest firmware on the Nikon Z9, and we're gonna try all those different focus modes with some gulls and a couple of shorebirds, smaller shorebirds. The gulls are about as bird-shaped as you can get for birds. So let's go hit the beach and see what happens. All right, so we got a nice big gull here, barely moving. We're on bird, and we're not getting the eye. I'm gonna let go, we're not getting the eye. So let's switch over to animal, and look at that. It gives me the eye, no problem. We'll switch back to bird. Cannot get the eye. All right, so this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Bird mode, not giving me the eye. Animal mode gives me eye, no problem. So here's what some people asked. Let's go into our focus here. We're gonna switch out of 3D and go to wide area large. And so we have a little bit of a box to help define it. So here's animal mode, giving me the eye, no problem. Here's bird mode, same thing. I mean, I really didn't think this was gonna change it, but it's nice to test it out, right? So still, that was eye for a second there. All right, we're maybe getting it here and there, but just, I mean, come on, nowhere near as consistent as animal. Look, animal just nails that eye every time. So let's go wide area, small. Still on animal, no problem. Switch to bird. Now we're getting it a little bit more consistently. Look, if I actually, I mean, still, it's just not, it's really not nailing it. Let's focus on something else here, then we'll come back to it. All right, now we got them moving. So look, we're still not getting, there's a little bit of head, but no eye. Okay, so we're here a good distance from this gull. Animal mode, we're getting the eye, no problem. Let's switch over to bird. I mean, it's not even giving me the head. And I have to say, guys, a gull is about as bird-shaped of a bird as you can get. There, it gave me the head for a second. That was all in bird mode. Really not a great experience. All right, so we got another gull here preening. Now, I am on wide area small, so it's got a real tiny box. You would think this would give it the best opportunity, especially when the head comes up like that. But I still, there we go, we finally got one, a little bit, but it switched back off. Now let's switch back to animal. And I mean, guys, it's still just staying on the head so much better. Let's wait for his head to pop up. I mean, look at that, I'm still getting head. I'm not quite getting eye here, but again, I'm really far away from this bird. Probably like 100 feet or more at 400 millimeter. I'm gonna wait for the head to pop up again here. And let's see if we can get anything better. I don't know, it just seems like again and again, animal is doing better. And if I switch back to bird right now, I mean, there we go. Bird's giving it to me. That's good. So that's how, oh, well, and then back to the body, but we're getting a little bit there. So that's something. But again, let's go wide area large here. Okay, all right, bird. Bird mode's giving me a little something here. It's not doing as bad as it was just a little bit ago. All right, this guy seems to be just kind of resting here. So we're in wide area large. Let's go wide area small one more time. In bird mode, let's wait from the profile so we can see that head. And I'm letting go and trying to focus again. I mean, I have his head in the box, can't get it. Let's go animal mode and let's try, I mean, look at that, right on. Right on, like no question. Switch back to bird mode. Just cannot get it to go on the head. Now listen, I got some birds closer over here, right? Bird mode works fine there. So when you're close, I mean, there's no problem. It's like locked right on the eye there. But guess what? So is animal when I'm locked right in here. So I just don't see, I just can't find a test where bird is working better. And if I go back to this far away bird, there we are, we're on animal, we're getting head and eye, and then we switch over to bird mode, and it's just not getting it. I mean, he turned, but here we go, he's profiled a little bit back now. I mean, I'm also, let me lift up a little higher here, so I'm catching the sand in the foreground there. So let's see if that's doing any better. Just every time he turns, I just can't get eye on him. Let's see about this guy. There we go. Not bad. That's on bird. So there's a win for bird right there. But again, if I switch to animal, I'm getting the same thing, no problem. So I just, again, am not seeing the advantage for bird mode here. And there, I'm on animal, getting the head and eye. Switch back to bird. Trying everything. I'm letting go, I'm refocusing, I'm moving all around here. I can't get the bird mode to get this bird's head, this laughing gull, at this distance. So come back to close here again, absolutely no problem, right? Some people also mentioned to try auto area. I've never shot that, but let's give it a whirl. So there's bird mode, works fine there. Let's go all the way out to this gull again. So this is auto area AF. Let's switch over to animal and look at that. I mean, look at the difference. It's crazy. So bird will give me the whole bird, that's great. But then animal, no problem. Just going right to the head there, even when he's not facing me. And then just staying kind of locked in on the eye. So animal just winning out every single time. There's head and eye on that guy. Now earlier, bird mode did work for him, so I would assume, let's focus on something else and come back. Yeah, so this guy's getting it, but he's closer and he's a little bit different shape. This one, there's bird mode. I mean, listen, this is gonna work. It's gonna keep it in focus, but why not have the mode that's going to pick the head like that, which is animal every time? Let's go see if we can find some other birds. We'll try a couple more tests, but at this point, I'm convinced animal is still better when you are further away. All right, I had to do it once more with a gull. Here we got this guy. I'm back on 3D tracking. It's the mode I use the most. It's what I love. Here I'm in bird mode. Can't get him. Switch over to animal. Look at that, like instantly. Just right to the head and eye. Absolutely right to the head and eye. Switch back to bird. We already have it. And all we're getting is body here. I mean, that's a perfect profile. A gull is, like I said, about as bird-shaped as you can get. And bird mode's still not working as good as animal mode. So I don't know when it works better. And so I don't know why I would choose bird mode. Okay, so we have a group of sanderlings here, and we are getting the eye using bird mode here on this particular individual. But it's definitely bouncing around a little bit and not working great. Let's try this guy all isolated. I was hoping for the ones with the heads up, not preening, right? So we get more of the bird shape. But let's just switch to animal and see what happens here. it's definitely tracking better. So bird is managing, but the animal is just sticking on that guy so much better. If I go over this one, let's see, there we go. We're getting the eye, no problem there, head at least I should say. Back to bird mode. All right, we're getting the head there, that's good. I don't think we're getting quite as small, and if we switch over to this guy, I mean, we're getting a little bit of eye mix there, but it loves going to the body, and then when we go to animal, it just goes to the eye. Look at that. Switch over to this guy, right to the eye, switch back to this guy, right to the eye. I mean, if I hit any of these in here, animal is doing pretty darn good getting head and eye. And if I switch back to bird, we're getting some, but every single time it seems like it's bigger. That one's not bad. That one's pretty good. Back to these guys. You know, see, again, just this bigger box, not quite as accurate. Yeah, still just not quite nailing it. And animal mode, well, kind of giving me the same on that turnstone. And then just to confirm, you know, bird eye tracking working great when you're close enough here. I'm in 3D mode, it's working wonderful. It's staying right on this gull's eye. But again, animal mode, working just as well. So, I don't know guys, I'm still convinced I'm gonna be sticking with animal mode for most of my bird photography. You know, if I track these guys, I'm in bird mode right here. We're getting the bird, no problem. Switch back to animal. And then look at that, right onto the head. It's just definitely doing a better job. So that's gonna be it. All right, we got a flycatcher right here. We're in animal mode. You can see we're getting head and eye. Let's switch over to bird, and there's the butt. I mean, this is crazy, guys. Look at this, back to animal, right on the head and eye. I haven't moved. You're watching me shift it right now. Let's switch back to bird. Just not doing anything. Let's switch to wide area small with bird mode. Still cannot get that head. I mean, I'm putting the head only in the box, still not getting it. Switch over to animal. And actually it's worse. Yeah, interesting, huh? Yeah, let's switch to wide area large. He's gone. But still, you saw what happened there. In regular 3D mode, the animal tracking was working much, much better. All right, so you just saw what happened in this shoot. I tried all the different things. I mean, guys, I tried a lot of different variations. I tried different birds, different distances. We're working with pretty flat light when I was doing this. I recorded a little bit earlier. There was more overcast, but still just soft light, no hard shadows, no crazy lighting or anything like that, just nice and even lighting, open, clear view to the subjects, nothing in the foreground. And still, time and time again, animal seems to work better at further distances. So I'll give bird mode a lot of credit in close distances. It works great. But in every circumstance I've tried today in this video and in my real world shooting experience, every time the bird mode is working good, the animal does just as well. And so in those closer proximity times when the bird mode is doing a great job, switch over to animal, it's gonna do just as good a job. And then if your subject gets further away, you're gonna start losing if you're in that bird mode. It just seems to go to the body, it hits other areas, it does not stick to the head as much. So I just don't understand it. What is going on with these Nikon cameras? Why is bird mode not as good? I've heard a lot of people say that they have a better experience with bird mode. Please let me know, give me a specific scenario. I'd be willing to go try it, give me exact settings, I can go try again. But I gotta say, in my experience, I've been using the Nikon Z9, Z8, and Z6 III, all with the latest firmwares on all of my different lenses, everywhere from the 400-2.8 on down to the 28-400. So everything in between, and every single time, guys, every time, the animal mode works better for birds. I just really don't understand what's going on with these cameras, why that bird setting is even there, when is it supposed to work better? The only thing I haven't done a lot of testing with is birds in flight. In my time in Newfoundland, I did feel like maybe the bird mode was working a little bit better there, but it was very not scientific. It wasn't as clear cut as it was in this video that I just showed here. So maybe bird mode works better for birds in flight. I really don't know that it does. I really don't think that it would after this experience, but yeah, my recommendation still is to try it out for yourself. Try using animal mode for all of your bird photography, especially when you're getting into further away subjects, and see what works best for you. So there you go. That's my unscientific, but you know, as controlled as you can get, just same bird, same distance, switching back and forth. Time and time again, that animal mode worked better. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.